Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Our today's topic is the chart below show what UK graduate and postgraduate students who did not go into full-time work did after leaving college in 2008. Let's look into our simple answer number 1. The bar chart displays what UK graduate and postgraduate students did after leaving university in 2008. Those who started working full-time were excluded. Overall, the majority of graduate students did further study, whereas those who did voluntary work represented the smallest number. The same was true of postgraduate students. Yet nearly 30,000 graduates who went on to study further greatly outnumbered their counterparts in the other categories. Voluntary work in comparison. But the least common post-graduation step, with only 3,500 graduates going the route, those who worked part-time and those who were unemployed were very similar in number at 17,735 and 16,235 respectively. Those who did further study at 2,725 and those who did voluntary work at 345 were also the biggest and smallest groups respectively for postgraduate students. However, far more postgraduate students did part-time work at 2,535 then became unemployed at 1,625. Let's look into our simple answer number 2. The bar chart gave information about occupation and study status of graduates and postgraduates who did not work full-time in the United Kingdom in 2008. Overall, the numbers of students studying further were highest in both groups. The figure for graduates who opted for each destination was exponentially higher than the corresponding number of postgraduates. Many students after tertiary education chose to study further, standing at just under 30,000, while the number of students who sought temporary jobs was about 18,000. The figure for jobless people was slightly lower, at just over 16,000. By contrast, only 3.5 thousand graduates did unpaid work. The number of postgraduates pursuing higher diploma was approximately 2,700, equivalent to under a tenth of the figure for graduates. The number of students opting for part-time work was over 2,500, which was about 900 higher than that of people without work. In comparison, only a minority of students work as volunteers, with only 345. So our task number 2 question is: it is important for children to learn the difference between right and wrong at an early age. Punishment is necessary to help them learn this distinction. Our first answer is: learning to distinguish right from wrong at an early age is of great importance for children. To help them learn the difference, punishment is necessary. I completely agree with this point of view because getting punished is equivalent to facing the consequences of one's bad behavior. However, only mild punishments should be allowed. Punishment shows children their misbehavior has consequences. Take, for example, teenage boys who bully disadvantaged kids at school. Not punishing them amounts to encouraging their bullying behavior. This leads them to believe that they don't need to respect their peers from low-income families. Punishment, by contrast, helps them realize their mistakes and that there are consequences of them. As a result, they may very likely stop bullying others, otherwise, they will deal with the consequences again. However, only mild punishments should be used to discipline children. At a young age, children can be very rebellious. So, if parents scold or spank them for their misbehavior, they may become even more rebellious. Instead, parents can use mild punishments, such as taking away children's pocket money and asking them to do household chores, and at the same time educate them about why they receive the punishments. These methods are unlikely to hurt their feelings and make them rebel more. In conclusion, children should be punished if they misbehave because this lets them know bad behavior brings bad consequences. However, it is important to take care to not hurt their feelings. Therefore, only mild punishments can be used to help them learn to tell right from wrong. Here is the end of our sample answer number 1. Let's move into sample answer number 2. It is sometimes argued that punishments should be imposed on children so that they could differentiate between right and wrong in the early years of their lives. While I accept that punishment can sometimes have positive effects on children and therefore should be applied, I believe that parents and teachers should choose proper ways to punish their children. Punishment could change awareness of children once they have wrongdoings such as disobeying or telling a lie. Instance punishments are vital for them to realize their mistakes and eliminate bad behavior. Parents could give their children warnings or light physical punishment if they are too stubborn. For instance, when I skipped classes at primary school, my mother asked me to walk to school rather than take a bus and do chores for a week. This not only helped me realize truancy is improper but also increases my self discipline. However, parents and teachers should choose appropriate ways to teach good behaviors to children. Harsh corporal punishment should not be used because they affect negatively children's psychology, such as mental disorder and deep depressions, and pose a threat to their physical health. Instead, parents can opt for educational punishments such as doing housework, setting limit to recreational time, or reducing allowance to avoid money wasting for useless activities. Teachers similarly should not reinforce corporal punishment or humiliation, but alternatively require them to right their wrongs, to educate them about classrooms discipline, or submit more homework. In conclusion, it seems to me that punishment is of significance to educate children how to distinguish right from wrong. Which punishments are applied should be carefully chosen. So here is the end of our today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something for your IELTS career. Thanks for watching.